It is my pleasure to invite Mr. Anas, the Chief Researcher of the IDFC First Private and Hurun India's Top 200 Self-Made Entrepreneurs of the Millennia 2024, to set the tone for this afternoon. Over to you.
Thank you, Shobhita. Very good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed a pleasure standing in front of you to launch a list which I consider very important. So I will start by stating three diverse and interesting things and one commonality. The first one is the space innovation is not pioneered by Boeing or Lockheed, but by SpaceX. The next-gen cars weren't led by GM or Volkswagen, but by Tesla. If you take quick commerce, which is one of the hot topics in India these days, it wasn't pioneered by Walmart or Amazon, but by Zepto and Blinkit. All these groundbreaking companies, they have one thing in common, which is they were all founded in this millennium. So this list, which is the IDFC First Private and Hurun India's Top 200 Self-Made Entrepreneurs of Millennia 2024, is all about spotlighting some of the top self-made companies in India which was founded in the millennium. And because we believe that they're going to take a leadership role in pushing India or accelerating India's path towards becoming a developed economy. The list has about 338 entrants and 200 companies, and it breaks across age, gender, and education. The youngest in the list is 21-year-old, for instance, and the oldest is 80 years old. And over 1/3 of these entrepreneurs who founded these companies after the year 2000, they've all expanded globally. That is quite interesting as well. So India's self-made entrepreneurs are not just creating value here, but also expanding as well. Some of the key statistics of the IDFC First Private and Hurun India's Top 200 Self-Made Entrepreneurs of Millennia. The threshold to enter the list is rupees 3,400 crores. That is the threshold to enter the top 200 list. 3,400 crores being the valuation of the business they've co-founded. That number has gone up by 13%. Now, just to show you the evolution of the growth of the value of these companies founded by the self-made entrepreneurs. If you look at the top 10, to enter the top 10 last year, the company that these entrepreneurs need to have a valuation of about rupees 50,600 crores. Now, that number has gone up by more than 10% to around 56,000 crores. The threshold to enter the top 10 has gone up by 10 to 12%. Now, top 50 has gone up from 16,600 crores to around 18,400 crores. And if you look at the top 100, that too has gone up from rupees 8,300 crores to 9,200 crores. So if you look at there's a growth across the board when it comes to these companies. The cumulative value of all the companies in the list is rupees 36 lakh crores or US dollar 431 billion. That cumulative value has also gone up by 20%. I believe Sensex went up by 13% this year. So this has kind of beaten the census growth as well. Even if you look at the India rich list in general, this number is quite interesting from a valuation growth standpoint. The top three in the list is Avenue Supermart, Zomato, and Swiggy. The number of billion-dollar companies in the list is 121. That has also gone up by around 15% compared to last year. Another interesting aspect is the residents. If you look at most of the Hurun's list, the top residents for the wealth creators are Mumbai, followed by Delhi, and then it's Hyderabad or Bangalore, depending on the list that we speak about. But when it comes to self-made entrepreneurship, Bangalore has taken the crown of being the capital for the self-made entrepreneurship in terms of city of residents by a far margin. So in the list, about 98 of them are residents of Bangalore, followed by Mumbai 73 and New Delhi 51. Even if you look at the city of headquarters of these companies, there also Bangalore has taken the number one spot. Bangalore's got about 66 companies, Mumbai 36 and Gurugram 31. The top three industries in the list, financial services, healthcare and retail. Financial services leading the path with about 50 and then followed by healthcare and retail. The average age of the founders in the list is 45. Now, just to give you a comparison, the average age of the founders in Hurun India Rich List is 63. So this is a very young bunch of entrepreneurs who are creating massive value in the country. The top employer is Quest Corp, which employs more than 5 lakh people. There are about 19 women in the list, youngest being Ghazal. Another interesting aspect that I found in the IDFC First Private and Hurun India's list compared to a Hurun India Rich List is the mix of manufacturing and the services sector. Services being not manufacturing, that's what I mean. So more product, technology, those kind of companies, right? That ratio is about 19% for manufacturing and about 81% when it comes to non-manufacturing sectors. The same number when it comes to an India rich list, it's about 81% manufacturing and almost 20% services. So it is quite interesting that these sectors that involves innovation, technology, asset-light models, that kind of economy is driven by the self-made entrepreneurs of the millennia. In terms of number of companies with a value of more than rupees 1 lakh crore, we found about 3 companies this year. And there are about 32% of the list is they're all listed companies, rest are private. This is quite interesting. There are about 97 companies in the list which are less than 10 years old. So these companies have a cumulative value of about rupees 11 lakh crores and they employ about 1.3 lakh people. So just imagine 10 years back, this value was not there. This employment was not there. So that is a sort of fast value creation impact that some of these companies have brought together. In terms of education, IITs have produced most number of founders expected. Just to give you the exact number, in the IDFC First Private and Hurun India's top 200 self-made entrepreneurs of Millennia 2024 list, IITs have produced about 121 founders. That's more than one third. And IIT Delhi leads the pack with 36 founders, IIT Mumbai 20 and IIT Kharagpur 19. Even when you look at the post-grad of these founders, IIMs, of course, takes the lead with 39 founders, followed by ISB and IIT Bombay and Harvard. So these are some of the statistics. More and more stories are there in the book. To me personally, how these value creation has happened at such rapid pace is quite exciting. You could find companies like Zerodha, which was established in 2010, which has a value of almost 65,000 crores in terms of valuation. In comparison, ICICI Securities, a traditional brokerage founded in 1995, has a valuation of 29,000 crores. Or take a company like Oyo, which was founded in this millennium, based on the last round, the valuation of almost 5 billion US. Or you can compare that with IHCL, which is a 100-year-old brand, which I believe is about almost 11 to 12 billion US in terms of market cap. So that is the power of tech, innovation, availability of resources, capital, and the thought process, the daring of these entrepreneurs all coming together towards creating such amazing enterprise. There are many such examples. From our perspective, the entrepreneurs like the ones featured in the list are redefining industries, creating jobs, and inspiring millions. They come with a fresh slate, which means faster adoption of latest technologies, which means faster value creation. The total employment generated by the companies on the list is almost 12.8 lakh people based on what we could see. That is more than the population of Mauritius. And the total tax paid is rupees 4,570 crores, all these companies. So today we celebrate these visionaries who prove that with determination, India's entrepreneurial spirit knows no limits. Let me end my note with an anecdote on one of the most profound discoveries by a self-made mathematician in India, which is Brahmaputra. I'm referring to his discovery of the number zero, the power of number zero, which is a concept that laid foundation to the modern global economy. And in many ways, the self-made entrepreneurs today embody this spirit, which is creating something seemingly from nothing. Zero's significance was popularized by the dissemination effort by Aryabhatta, Al-Khwarizmi, Fibonacci, and eventually it got adopted in the Roman Empire, which was the US economy of that time. So similarly, what we believe is Hurun India and IDFC First Private's mission is to celebrate and talk about these stories through the IDFC First Private and Hurun India top 200 self-made entrepreneurs list and inspire more and more individuals into entrepreneurship. Inspire governments to recognize why one city is doing better than the other when it comes to starting up, and what could they possibly do to attract more self-made entrepreneurship in their city or state. And more importantly, spotlight these entrepreneurs to the rest of the country and to the rest of the world. To bring out this list, it's an honor, and moreover, I find it extremely meaningful to work with IDFC First Private, an institution that is founded and led by Mr. Vaidyanathan, one of the most respected self-made entrepreneurs in India from my perspective. And once again, I thank you all for joining us. I'm here to take your questions. Wish you a Merry Christmas, a fantastic New Year, and I'm here to, again, take all your questions. Thank you very much.